Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. It has been a hot minute. I know, and I apologize, but I am here today to do a full face of Sheglam makeup. Now, I have been slacking, okay? Sheglam has been coming out with so many different things, but with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, you guys, so I am actually quite excited for this one. Of course, we are gonna start off with primer. This is the primer I'm gonna be going in with. If you guys have seen this one, this is the foam primer. Have I ever tried any foam primers? No, this is gonna be my first one and I'm actually quite excited. This primer is a part of the bubble bath thing that they had going on. Honestly, the only thing that caught my eye out of that whole little collection was the primer. So what did I buy? The primer. I'm excited. So I am gonna go ahead and shake it up and let's go ahead and add some to the face. How much do I add? I don't know. So with this primer, we are gonna see if it's tacky. It didn't say anything about blurring out pores. I either added way too much or it is just very watery. I'm going to try to dry this down as much as I can. I don't know what's going on, but it low-key did kind of burn once I was fanning it out. It did kind of stop a little bit, so we're gonna continue. We're gonna keep going with this video. So tackiness-wise, it is quite tacky. I'm definitely gonna give this one another try in another video just to see if my skin reacts the same way. If it does, I will discontinue the use of that one. But overall, I really do like the tackiness to it, so we're just gonna move on. So this is the Do and Done Skin Tint with SPF 20. You guys already know I love the Sheglam samples. They are amazing. With the skin tint, it does say to apply this 15 minutes before sun exposure, and it says to reapply every 2 hours, which is low-key gonna be a problem because I planned on using this as my foundation and then I was going to add some more stuff on top. Don't know how that's gonna work. We're gonna move on. We're gonna use this as foundation. Let's see how it does. So this is what the sample comes with, different shades. For some foundations, I am in shade Golden. Other ones, I am in shade Wheat. But I am gonna go in shade Wheat just to test it out. Let's see. I low-key want to apply this with my fingers, but I'm not going to. I'm going to apply it with a brush. Now this used to be my bronzing brush, okay, but I've been using it for my foundation and my concealer. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So this might just be my new foundation and concealer brush and I love it. It's been doing its thing. For this being a skin tint sunscreen, it's actually covering up way more than what I thought it was going to. I'm actually quite surprised and I like it. Honestly, it doesn't smell like anything. Okay, let's cover up my forehead because it is quite red. I have a few breakouts and of course that little rash that popped up. I'm not scared of the rash. Recently my skin has been quite sensitive, so honestly it could just be something with my skin. I don't know. You can't forget the eyelids, especially since this is sunscreen. Eyelids, under the nose. That covered up actually quite nice. This is how much I have left after doing my full face, and honestly, that looks quite stunning. Now we are gonna move on to contouring. Now you guys know I love to bronze. I don't really contour, but I do need to invest in more contour stuff. This is the new liquid contour that you guys have been seeing everywhere on Sheglam. So they changed up the style for this one. They added a bottom and a top. I'm actually quite nervous. One of them is to contour the nose. Do I know how to contour the nose? No, I don't. Are we gonna try? Yes. Since I went ahead and opened this one first, this is what the applicator looks like. It's actually quite small, but we are going to try to contour the nose. I might have messed up. Okay. Other side. The other side is the OG sponge that they used for their contouring, bronzing, blushes, all the other good stuff. So this one is in shade Warm Honey. I did try to get a shade that would look a little bit more like a bronzer instead of that cool tone contour, you know. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just use the same foundation brush and I'm going to blend this out. If you haven't tried the bronzing ones or the contouring ones, recommend. I love this one. I think they blend out beautifully. They do have a sunburst one. Love it. I'm gonna try to ever so lightly blend this out. don't judge the product, judge me. Going in with more of that sunscreen because I definitely messed up. So we're gonna pretend it turned out amazing. You guys saw the applicator. You guys saw how well everything else blended. I'm just not that great at contouring the nose. I love to add blush on the nose, but to contour the nose, I'm not that great at it. So next we are going to move on to concealer. Now hear me out. When I picked these products out, they didn't come out with the new foundation that is out now, which is the Cushion. They came out with this skin tint around the same time that they came out with this concealer. So here's where the issue starts. This is skin tint, so obviously it's not high coverage. Now the thing with this concealer is high coverage. This is the Poof Gone Full Coverage Concealer. Now I did get this one in shade Nude. I have gotten a concealer in shade Nude, and I don't know, I like it because it looks more natural, so it's not as bright as the other concealers that I get. I want to say this concealer is for me if they didn't change the shade. I'm squeezing and nothing's coming out. Okay, I see it coming up. So you have to squeeze actually quite hard. This might be thick. In the pictures, they added just the tiniest dot, which kind of has me nervous, but excited. Okay, let's go ahead and blend this out. High coverage. We're gonna make the skin tint and concealer work. And so far, honestly, it's blending quite nicely. This is what the makeup is looking like so far. Okay, just real quick, I'm gonna go in with some more just to bronze up the face a little bit more. I think I need a little bit more warmth to the face. So let's go ahead and do that. I went ahead and double contoured. Now I am going to call this my bronze just because of the shade, and I'm using it as a bronze. So again, this is what the makeup look is looking like so far. Quite cute, quite stunning. Let's move on. So I got the Glowchi Bouncy highlight. I did get this one in shade Red Bean. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna open this up when I received it, but I was like, no, I have to wait. And guess what? I waited, and I'm glad I waited because we get to see my actually. That is so pretty. So this is what it looks like. Let's just go in real quick with a brush and add some on the tip of the nose. A little bit here. All right, so this is what it's looking like. Now it honestly might be because I applied it with a brush. I feel like it's not as intense. So let's add it with the finger. Oh yeah. It's more intense with the finger. Do the finger. So just for the sake of the video, let's go ahead and just... Now that we have foundation, concealing, bronzing, and now blush and highlight, let's go in with setting powder. This is the Bake Glow setting powder. Yes, I have reviewed the other one. I did get that one in Cappuccino. I got another one, but in shade Bubblegum. Now the reason why I got Bubblegum, I have been seeing so many people set the under eye with a pink setting powder, and I feel like I have to try it. I want to do it. Let's do it. Went ahead and added some to my lid. I have recommended this setting powder. It is really good if you have oily skin. As soon as you apply this, you can feel it absorbing into your makeup. It's actually quite nice. And it does give off that blurring effect. It doesn't look that pink. I thought this was going to be like pink. It just looks like a normal translucent powder. Now let's go ahead and dust the remaining powder off. I got a lip stain. I got the Fall In Liner Lip Stain. Let's see what it says. We're gonna kind of speed it up for you guys. So it says, line your lips, fill them in completely with a soft tip applicator. Let it dry for 10 to 20 minutes. That's a long time. Anyways, gently peel off the remaining pigment film to reveal the stained color. Use a soft towel to remove excess pigment or diffuse hard lines. So I did end up getting this one. It is in shade Marvelous. Real quick, what the applicator is looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and do the full lips instead of just the liner. Let's just do the full lips. Let's see. So with that, I will be back in 15 minutes. Okay, you guys, so it has been 15 minutes. Honestly, time went by so quick. I was just scrolling through TikTok. Anyways, let's go ahead and take these off. That came off super easy. I'm surprised. Okay, next. So now let's just go ahead and test it out. Just a wee bit of transfer, not gonna lie to you guys. Let's go ahead and let that sit just a little bit longer, and let's move on to lashes. This is the Lashlighter Up and Out Mascara. This isn't waterproof. I don't think it's waterproof. So the bottle's looking quite funky. Let's go ahead and apply this. Let's go ahead and look at the applicator to this one. Quite funky, quite nice, I guess. So let's go ahead and add this. We're going to see if it'll hold my curl up in place. If it does, that'll be amazing. All right, you guys, so real quick, let's do an update on what the makeup is looking like so far. Now that we had time to let the lip stain do its thing, let's talk about it. I do want to see if it'll come off. I don't know how long this will last on the lips because you can see that the pigment is coming off a little bit, but it's still on my lips. Overall, the color is stunning. Not too sure how long it'll last, especially if you go out to eat. All right, you guys, so now let's talk about the mascara. You guys, it is holding my curl in place. Anyways, you guys, that is the end of today's video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, how else will you find me? I make videos like these quite often. I am here for you guys on Fridays. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.